They tried to keep it quiet. What Caitlin Clark did to Angel Reese was never meant to escape that gym. The doors were shut. Phones were locked away. Everyone inside had agreed, what happened there stayed there. But somehow, the story leaked, and now the whispers surrounding it are impossible to ignore. The first day felt ordinary enough. Polite drills, careful movements, veterans studying the rookies trying not to overstep. Nothing seemed out of place. Then came day 2, and everything shifted. The atmosphere inside the gym grew heavy and charged, as if the space itself sensed what was coming. When Caitlin Clark stepped onto the floor, she did so quietly, focused, composed, and locked in. No smiles. No small talk. Just a presence that demanded attention without asking for it. Then came the deep logo 3 from Clark. Angel Reese noticed immediately. A rivalry most hadn't seen coming suddenly sparked. But what followed was something no one anticipated. What happened next didn't just rattle the players, it stunned the entire camp. Stay with us, because we're about to uncover the truth they didn't want exposed. The calm before the clash was unmistakable. Angel Reese adjusted her sneakers, bouncing the ball with purpose, eyes scanning the court with controlled intensity. She wasn't there to be courteous. Every step, every look carried intent. On the other end, Caitlin Clark arrived with a different kind of energy. Measured, precise, impossible to overlook. Some still labeled her a freshman, but her reputation spoke louder. A deadly shooter. A relentless competitor. A player whose confidence could quiet an entire gym. Clark worked tirelessly. When she drove right, she attacked the rim. When she went left, defenders knew the step back was coming. The contrast between them was immediate, even without words exchanged. The gym had appeared routine earlier. Day 1 had ended with clean drills and safe passes. Veterans evaluated rookies. Rookies tried to blend in. Coaches stood silently on the sidelines, clipboards tight in hand, faces unreadable as they analyzed every movement and reaction. On the surface, it was business as usual. Beneath it, ambition simmered, waiting for the moment that would ignite everything. Angel Reese carried a quiet fire. Every dribble, every shift in her stance reflected years of discipline and effort. She ignored cameras, offered no smiles, no gestures. When Angel shoved Natasha Howard, Caitlin Clark immediately pointed out the missed call. Moments later, Clark delivered a hard foul on Reese. Angel popped right back up. Caitlin, meanwhile, remained razor-focused, the ball moving with her like a natural extension of her body. Her eyes tracked every motion, every subtle change in energy across the floor. There was electricity in the air. Coaches felt it. Veterans felt it. Rookies felt it, even if no one could put it into words. Conversations dropped to whispers. Whistles blew only for drills. Everyone understood this wasn't just another practice. Lines were being tested. Intentions revealed before anyone said a word. Angel and Caitlin exchanged brief, loaded glances across the court, silent but clear. One sought respect. The other came to establish control. Their collision was inevitable, and it would define everything that followed. Even seasoned veterans took notice. Sue Bird stood along the sideline, arms crossed, eyes narrowing as she watched. A screen, a quick release, a shot knocked down on the other end, Seattle up 4. The tension inside the gym was thick, almost physical. The usual sounds of sneakers and bouncing balls felt muted, as if the space itself was holding its breath. Coaches leaned in, exchanging quiet nods, aware that the team's internal hierarchy was about to face its first real challenge. Phones stayed locked. Doors remained closed. Rules were clear. Nothing from this gym was supposed to escape. And yet, everyone sensed it. Moments like this, rare, defining, and impossible to erase, never stay buried for long. Moments like these are impossible to contain. They don't stay sealed, even when no one speaks about them. They ripple outward, quietly at first, then all at once. By the time the first whistle blew on day 2, everything was in place. Focus sharpened. Expectations rose. And a silent rivalry had already formed at center court. By mid-morning, the atmosphere had completely changed. Politeness disappeared. In its place came confidence, tension, and anticipation. Eyes followed every movement. Energy surged. Attention locked in on the matchups between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. This was no longer about drills or rehearsed plays. This was about subtle power, recognition, and positioning. Every glance, every step, every pass carried weight. At the heart of it all stood Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Different styles, equal intensity, both ready to challenge the hierarchy and redefine who would control the camp. When Caitlin Clark stepped onto the floor, the gym seemed to pause. No announcements. No greetings. Not even a glance toward the cameras that weren't supposed to exist. She moved quietly, yet her presence demanded notice. Veterans felt it. Rookies sensed it. Even the coaches hesitated for a moment. Her calm, measured demeanor altered the energy in the room, making it heavier, sharper, more electric. Angel Reese watched from across the court, her focus narrowing. She had come prepared for competition, expecting resistance, but not this. Caitlin didn't move like a rookie searching for approval. She moved like someone reclaiming space. The ball looked natural in her hands. Her dribble steady. Her eyes scanned the gym, reading reactions before they fully formed. Angel recognized it instantly. This wasn't a routine practice. Players tried to maintain rhythm, but the shift was undeniable. Communication happened without words, through posture, glances, and subtle adjustments. Even Olympic gold medalists felt the change. Coaches exchanged quiet looks that said everything. Caitlin Clark wasn't just there to participate. She was there to make a statement, one that would echo across the entire roster. The opening possession wasn't flashy, but it mattered. Caitlin moved with precision, timing every cut and decision perfectly. No unnecessary flair. No wasted motion. Just execution. Every shot, every pass, every movement carried intent. Angel noticed the difference immediately, the calm control, the quiet confidence. It wasn't arrogance. It was mastery, and it threatened everything Angel believed she understood about how this camp would unfold. By the second possession, tension began to rise. Angel pushed back, testing Caitlin with physical play. Caitlin adjusted instantly. She anticipated, countered, and responded without emotion. Her movements flowed effortlessly, finding openings, exploiting space. Angel had prepared for this level of competition, but Caitlin seemed one step ahead, reading the floor like a chessboard. Coaches watched closely, their posture shifting. This was no longer about making the team. This was about leadership, about who commanded attention, respect, and influence. Caitlin's presence forced everyone to rethink their assumptions. Then it happened. Clark connected. A deep logo 3. The gym froze for a split second. Veterans stood still, recognizing something rare. Angel clenched her fist, her jaw tightening. She had built her reputation on strength, relentlessness, and intimidation. But Caitlin's calm dominance forced even her to pause. This wasn't just a challenge to her skill. It was a challenge to her mindset, her confidence, her authority. Angel realized this wouldn't be a normal scrimmage. This was a battle of wills, and Caitlin had struck first. By the end of the warm-up, the tension was unmistakable. A thick current ran between Caitlin and Angel. Every player felt it. Every coach sensed it. The stage was set, and everyone knew the first move had already been made. Caitlin Clark had arrived. Quiet, controlled, unstoppable. And Angel Reese now faced a problem she couldn't ignore. The first whistle blew, and everything changed. Calm vanished instantly. Caitlin claimed the floor with quiet authority. Angel felt it immediately. This wasn't practice anymore. It was a test. A confrontation. A silent war. Angel attacked first, aggressive, deliberate, posting up hard, demanding the ball. She played with force, fueled by reputation and resolve. Caitlin didn't flinch. She observed, measured, waited. Veterans watched like spectators at a duel. Coaches whispered, trading knowing glances. Angel pressed harder, increasing the pace, asserting herself on every possession. Her game was loud, physical, relentless. She was staking her claim. Caitlin responded differently, controlled, calculated, precise. Every counter was deliberate. The contrast was striking. Angel's power collided with Caitlin's finesse. Possession after possession, the intensity escalated. Angel tried to force mistakes. Caitlin's focus never broke. Her rhythm stayed intact. Her control never slipped. Frustration crept in. Angel tightened her stance, adjusted her grip, refused to back down. But Caitlin's methodical dominance took its toll, not just physically, but mentally. Always reacting. Always chasing. Then came the moment that silenced the gym. Angel attacked aggressively at half court, initiating heavy contact. Caitlin stumbled slightly. Angel stepped in close, chest to chest, testing the boundary. The gym went still. Caitlin didn't retaliate. She didn't argue. She smiled, a small, controlled smile that spoke volumes. In that instant, everyone understood. Caitlin Clark wasn't just playing the game. She was controlling it. The first clash had set the tone. What followed was no longer competition. It was a war of wills. Angel surged like fire, loud and forceful. Caitlin flowed like water, calm and unbreakable. The contrast was undeniable. Power met precision. Emotion met control. And everyone in the gym knew they were witnessing something that would define the camp, and perhaps much more than that. But Caitlin never rushed the moment. She stayed patient, watched closely, allowed Angel to burn through some of that explosive energy, and then responded with precise execution. A pull-up three. A perfectly timed pass. Almost without notice, the momentum began to tilt. Coaches leaned forward, clipboards frozen mid-note. Even veteran players, those who had witnessed countless high-pressure moments, exchanged looks that spoke volumes. This was never just about points. It was about control, influence, and leadership. Caitlin's dominance wasn't loud or flashy. It was devastating because it reshaped everyone around her. Teammates moved sharper, read plays quicker, and suddenly Angel's unit felt pressure coming not just from Caitlin herself, but from the ripple effect she created across the floor. Angel refused to fade. She attacked possession after possession, diving for rebounds, chasing loose balls, demanding touches. Her energy was relentless, almost unreal. But something began to show, not fatigue, but responsibility. She carried her second-unit teammates, trying to prove her place, trying to reclaim the moment Caitlin had quietly taken from her. The scrimmage turned into a chess match. Caitlin, calm and methodical, spotted every opening, every hesitation. Another assist. Another chance created. Angel answered with force and intensity, pushing boundaries, daring the game to bend her way. Every pass, every shot became psychological warfare. The gym stayed silent, aware that what unfolded here would linger long after practice ended. Midway through the session, Angel made her move. She pressed full court, body tight against Caitlin, testing not just her skill but her composure. Teammates and coaches held their breath. Caitlin paused for only a moment, eyes locking onto Angel's. That split second carried the weight of the entire confrontation. Then she slipped past her effortlessly, threading a pass through defenders that no one expected. The reaction wasn't about the basket, it was about the message. Angel's jaw tightened. Her breathing steadied. She had been challenged, tested, subtly checked. Still, her fire didn't go out. Every possession became a test of endurance and resolve. Slowly, Caitlin's control began to wear down the second unit. Angel's teammates hesitated, movements less certain, while Caitlin's side flowed naturally around her leadership. The difference between a great player and a generational one became clear. As the final minutes approached, the scoreboard faded into irrelevance. This battle was mental, strategic, emotional. Caitlin Clark wasn't just outperforming Angel Reese. She was forcing the entire gym to recognize hierarchy, composure, and authority. Angel, relentless and proud, refused to yield, but even she felt the weight of the quiet dominance across from her. When the whistle blew for the final timeout, everyone knew the conflict was only beginning. The turning point came suddenly. One possession, one glance, one small mistake, and the balance shifted. Angel Reese, still charged from the non-stop exchanges, caught the ball on the left block. Her eyes burned with determination, but beneath it sat mental strain, not physical exhaustion. Caitlin stood ready, composed as ever. She didn't react to Angel's intensity. She didn't rush. Every movement was exact, deliberate. Angel forced the action, leaning into her strength and speed. Caitlin anticipated it. A small smile crossed her face, not mocking, not loud, just a quiet acknowledgement of control. The gym went still. Players froze. Coaches leaned forward. Even seasoned veterans sensed the gravity of the moment. This wasn't about stats or highlights anymore. It was about authority. Caitlin's steady command had disrupted the rhythm of the entire session. Angel lunged, shoulders lowered, intent on overpowering her. Caitlin adjusted with the slightest shift, slipped through the pressure, and delivered a flawless pass to a cutter for an easy score. The precision stunned everyone. It wasn't just a play, it was a declaration. Reactions came instantly. Angel's teammates hesitated. Confidence wavered. Coaches exchanged quick looks, silent nods, quiet murmurs. Sue Bird paused along the sideline, recognizing what had just happened. The hierarchy had changed. Caitlin's dominance wasn't physical, it was mental. With one possession, she had reset the tone of the entire camp. Angel clenched her fists and prepared to attack again. Her fire still burned. But the gym had already shifted. Everyone knew Caitlin's calm, controlled style had set a new standard. Without a word, a gesture, or celebration, she had taken command. Coaches huddled quietly, aware that leadership had just been redefined. Caitlin Clark wasn't there to compete politely. She was there to lead, to prove that focus, discipline, and control outlast raw aggression. Angel Reese fought with heart, strength, and unmatched intensity. But Caitlin's measured dominance showed that precision and composure endure longer than force. What happened inside that gym didn't stay there. Caitlin didn't just play basketball. She reshaped the hierarchy and sent a message no one could ignore. The rivalry didn't end when the whistle blew. Every player left knowing something extraordinary had occurred. Every coach understood that leadership had been decided without words. If you think you understand this rivalry, think again. What Caitlin did that day will echo through women's basketball for years. Stay with us as we break down every moment, every reaction, and everything they never wanted seen. This story isn't finished yet.